Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to XCOM Enemy Within Long War Mod Classic Ironman. I'm Anthiar, and today we're going to start with an alien abduction in Montreal, Canada, the Royal Mountain. It's a light, gets us a little bit of money, not a whole lot, but we'll take everything we can get, and it shouldn't be too much to deal with. So let's get ourselves our squad and get out there to Montreal. So we're taking all PSCs, all rookies. Again, it is March, it's light, it shouldn't be too difficult. We're looking at sectoids and drones still. People are rocking the not alloy plates, ceramic plates. Got one med kit, bunches of flashbangs, well, 2 flashbangs, 2 AP, 1 HE grenade. Should give us a pretty well-rounded ability to do what we have to do. Alright, get ourselves all the way out here to Canada and see what we're dealing with in terms of a op site. So what we have here is a really long building, a smaller, taller building, and an alleyway. Oftentimes it's going to drop you kind of in front of the small building, close to the alleyway, and you have to choose, are you going to go through the building, are you going to have to like try to cut through the alleyway. There's a lot of cover. It can be kind of hard to fight your way through that entire situation. The back building, you get out there, then you've got tons of cover, multiple ingresses, but at least he gives you plenty of options. So let's get on the deck and see what we got here. So the troops get down the ropes, and it actually started us on the reverse side of the map. We're behind that long structure that was in the distance in the preview image. So we got a bookstore here. It's got lots of cover and a couple entrances on the far side. We've got basically, I think it's like a convenience store on this end that you can either loop around or try to get through the door on that one. But also easy access to the roof, and as we've talked about before, the height advantage is nothing to sneer at, and roofs let you really control potential activations once you've cleared them. So assuming that, and no, indeed there was nobody on top. So now we know that we can put everybody up here, and we've cleared pretty much the entire roof. You can see that everything seems to be in our sight radius. Looks like there might be a tiny bit behind one of those air conditioning units, but it's going to give us a really commanding kind of overview of the battle space, and that lets us hopefully get the drop on a lot of our opponents. And so I think our first order of business is going to be to get the entire squad up to the top of the roof. Now, of course, again, I'm not having to worry about putting people into cover since there's no active aliens on the map yet. They're all still just kind of roaming in the fog. So it's just a matter of getting everybody up there. I'm trying to make sure that I don't, accidentally move somebody else and block off to where I'm not going to be able to get folks up there. And so you see I move somebody up to take a position nearby, but not actually there yet. And then we just manage to get everybody else up. And then I can go ahead and just dash the guy below up top, or I can just set him on overwatches in case somebody's down there. Either way, it isn't dramatically different. It's just whether or not you want to expend that last little movement to get up there. And really, there's no reason not to be honest. You might as well just get everybody up and kind of away from that ramp there, because you don't want to be seen down and activate when you're not prepared. Anything you can do to kind of cut down on your sight lines when you're on the roof, unless you're trying to activate people, is generally beneficial. Okay, so we know there's some meld off there to our soldiers' right as they're looking across the building. Well, we obviously don't know exactly where yet, but since we have to choose a direction to go to, there's no real reason to not go that way, since we know there's something over there that we might want. So we're going to go ahead and just move everybody kind of forward, stay in positions where they're kind of still tightly packed together so they can give each other cover if something runs into them. All the overwatches should trigger, giving us the best opportunity to thin out some ranks before we have to let them get, take their shots at us. We want to stack the odds in our favor as much as possible. So once again, I got notification of meld, that somebody saw the meld, but I can't see it there. It's quite likely that it's somehow, down that alley or in that general vicinity. But we got some sound indications of some drones toward the corner, and so our best bet now is to get over there and see if we can't figure out exactly what kind of pod we're dealing with. Drones, it's probably gonna be 2, 3, or well, probably not 2, so probably 3 or 4 drones. And with ballistic weapons, with all rookies, that's really not anything to sneer at, especially if you're going to be engaging really close. Because, while they don't do a lot of damage, your rookies don't have tons of health. Their aim isn't as good as it could be. The drones get the defensive bonus because they're flying. And especially with where I'm at now, there's probably not a lot of places I'm going to be able to take cover. So we'll get everybody on Overwatch. Maybe the drones will be nice enough to drive into us. All we can do is wait with bated breath, and in fact, no, they didn't. So now we've got to figure out where those guys have gone off to. So pop up to the corner, can't see anything here, unfortunately. Notice there's still kind of a fair bit of unrevealed terrain down there. They're probably just kind of in one of those little nooks that I can't quite see, but nothing doing across the way. Can't see any meld by the car, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Little abduction pod there. I apologize for this jittering of the camera. I think I got this fixed on the next video. It had to do with the free recording software I use, and it didn't like the capture mode I was using apparently. In fact, it really doesn't like the text mod texture pack stuff, which is why I wasn't able to just use the straight game capture like I normally would. And so by switching to window capture and dealing with it, I think I got that resolved for the next mission, but just kind of have to fight through it here for a little bit longer again. We're still trying to figure out exactly where these drones are and not having a whole lot of luck about it, so we're just going to Overwatch. Still hear them somewhere, like right there. It doesn't make a lot of sense that I can't see them because I should be seen to the edge of the map, which probably means that in order to be cut off from sight, they're probably almost directly against that pipe below us. And so, it's like we can basically see all the way to the edge there. They've really got nowhere else they can be. And if you notice, I can't move into those 3 squares, which means they're occupied. So, kind of hard to say, whether or not, or how I'm detecting them, aside from gaming the system, I guess. But moving that soldier to the corner there, I really thought I was going to get a reveal, but nothing going there either. It's probably going to end up requiring me just to drop someone down and then seeing what happens at that point, because they're just not complying with my desire to get them to activate on me while I'm still on the roof. So trying to figure out where exactly the best spot to go is, and it may just be right there in the corner and just get all up in their business. So doing a whole lot of waffling, trying to figure out how to deal with these drones. I need to be able to get my troop back up, is I guess the biggest issue that I'm kind of running against. And also, if I do manage that, I could potentially run down to the left there and get that other pipe. But then I have to have the rest of my squad take cover because the drones can come straight up, and so there's a lot of potential flanks going on here. So I really kind of need to have a plan. I don't really see anything else other than just dropping down, so we'll just have to do that. And here go the drones. There they go, they take off, get that defensive bonus. Nice side effect for me, clear the way for the pipe. I can run my rookie straight back up. Gets me a little bit of cover. And if I'm really lucky, I might be able to bounce a grenade somehow to hurt those guys a bit. It's worth taking a look. Sometimes you can get, yeah, and as you can see, it looks like I'm going to get a wall detonation here, which should potentially kill all of them, more likely does damage, but yeah, looks like we got 1 kill and 2 damaged drones. So that sets us up pretty well. At this point, there's really no reason not to go grab the meld, so we'll find somebody that's got some movement and pop our way down there. We got one of our rookies that can get there, get that nice heavy cover, grab the meld. What else are we going to do with these drones? So they can fly right up, and so they're probably going to be able to flank one of my rookies there. And I don't like that option, but I'm not quite sure. If I trust the aim of my rookies at these flying guys, but I mean, they're going to flank me regardless, so I might as well have the effort, and if I can get some kills, outstanding. Every one that I manage to kill is one less potential flank shot I'm taking, so it's like everybody just get as close as possible while still potentially having cover, and pray to whatever gods you hold most dear. Well, 69, that's not bad, and managed to drop him rather easily. So that's pod number 1 all taken care of. So get an overwatch, kind of start spreading out on the roof just in case somebody comes around a corner. I want to make sure I know where the contact is, and kind of reconsolidate the squad and start moving forward from there. So I'm kind of thinking that I may want to transition to this other roof. Try to, get somebody up there. At least get some eyes up there on the far corner. I only see that front portion from where I have troops on the short roof still. So I need to kind of figure out how I'm gonna go about this. Also, for lack of anything better, might as well set up on the door. I mean, I know the guys have to be down there somewhere. They're either on the roof or they're in the building. They could be in the alley. That's certainly a possibility. But at this point, getting onto that roof lets me command that whole area of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and get people on the deck, try to make sure I'm prepared for things coming at me from whichever direction. Wherever things make contact, I should get some overwatch shots, so I can't complain too terribly much. Again, we're standing in the open because we eliminated the entirety of that pod, and I don't have to worry about a guy coming around the corner and shooting. They're just going to come around and then take their free dash to cover. Not a bad time to take the opportunity to reload as well. It's always best to go into an engagement with full weapons. You don't want to run out of ammo right when you're trying to save someone's life, and having that full magazine certainly gives you every opportunity to fail instead of only a handful of opportunities to fail. Long War is definitely all about failing less. It's not really a matter of success so much as failing less, which is perhaps a depressing way to look at it, but well, there you go. So let's see if we send somebody up, kind of what we're getting ourselves into here. That's some pretty impressive climbing, to be honest. I have to admit. All right, well, the roof does look pretty clear. So we'll go ahead and just get multiple people up here. And I somehow revealed the drones on the ground floor. So sometimes you'll have like scouts that'll be on the roof, whereas the main pod was on the ground. However, in that case, all 3 of those drones looked like they were on the ground, and so I'm not quite sure what was happening there for that reveal, but that puts them in something of a nasty position. Actually, neither of them are in cover. There's really no cover for them to take. The other drones could just pop right up if they wanted to. I think they just went just inside the door, but I mean, it's certainly easy enough for them to jump their butts up to the top of the roof. So I think I'm actually going to have to pull the squad back and get everybody back on this roof and just kind of prepare for the arrival of our non-friendly neighborhood autonomous drone units. Now instead of falling back, I'm actually going to bring this rookie down into this corner. He's got good corner cover, so even if the drones come around that left side, they're not going to be able to flank him. And so I'm kind of setting myself up in a position where I might be able to get keep some other visibility, just in case they try to do some weird end run around me. So I'm just trying to kind of cover all my bases. At least if I have to fall back, I have to fall back, but at least I might be able to see whatever's coming before it comes around a corner and surprises me. There shouldn't be any way that, even the drone that went up, I don't think you can cover that entire roof. And then the two that are on the deck, they're either going to come around that corner or they're just going to come straight through the building, and I should be in a position to deal with either of them. Alright, here comes a drone, get an overwatch. Well, you know, it was about a 50-50, so I'll take it. It didn't kill him, but it certainly hurt him. With red fog, that will make him a little less accurate. Not quite sure what's going on with the guys on the floor. They're probably in the building, so might as well take a look and see what we come up with here. Or there's another pod of 2. Okay, so now I've got a total of 5 drones still out and about. Could be a problem. Although the 2, that's a really good question. I have no idea where those suckers went. What to do? Well, first things first, let's see if we can clear this guy that's up top. Nice shot. That kind of reduces us down to one axis instead of having to worry about 2 different things. So let's kind of rearrange, get some overwatch. I kind of really feel like that somebody should be coming around that left side, and so I kind of want to be prepared for that. And then I wonder if I can hold this door like a grenade, maybe. No bouncy. No bouncy. Come on, bouncy. Sometimes you can get these really, really great bounces where the damn grenade hits the ground and then goes up like half a floor. Oh, there was something. Weird. Okay, yeah, I'm able to bounce it up against the wall to get the detonation. Puts them kind of on the perimeter. It may not do a whole lot of damage, but that was some great trick throwing. Okay, well, hey, I eliminated 1. I might be able to follow up with another shot from the doorway to clear that last one out. And then I'm down to just the 2 from that middle pod that I have to worry about. So let's see if, well, 52%, that's pretty good. Not good enough, but it was pretty good. And now we'll just get some overwatches to finish this out and see if those other 2 show their faces. We got 3 left. As expected, he comes right down the throat of it. Get 2 overwatches. And we hurt him. Didn't kill him, but we hurt him. He's kind of point blank. That's not great, but he is hurt, so his aim's a bit and enough degraded that we were able to dodge. All right, we get a reaction shot against the corner here. That's a kill. Good overwatch. My rookies are actually impressing me with their overwatching. That drone, that was pretty much a dash move for him. So now it's up to us. We just got to take these 2 out and we're done. I think it should be a pretty foregone conclusion. This guy's on the ground, he's toast. If they're not flying, they're just so much target practice. This guy is flying, but now we got him hurt. I've got 2 or 3 shots with which to kill him, and we're looking at 50 to 60s. Yeah, there you go. Well done. So once again, the roof proves to be the pivotal factor on an all-drone encounter for abductions. So let's get back to base and see how everyone did. I didn't keep track of kills at all, so I'm not sure if everybody's getting promoted or if only 4 people got promoted or exactly what's going on here. Usually you should try to make sure all your rookies get a kill if you can to make sure everybody gets promoted. But how do we do? Yeah, that's kind of worst case. 2 of my poor rookies got nothing. I think they ended up damaging people a lot. And I could have, Pierce did not need to kill 3 of them. He could have coughed up 1 each there and everybody would have been good. But 4 promotions, I'll take it. So we'll just wrap up the bits and bobs, send them to Shen and Valen. And I don't think we have much else to do aside from collecting the money from Canada, but just move forward and see if we can get some research done or find another UFO or obviously that uplink's not going to happen, not before something else does, but lots of troops coming back. And there's a scout. So we have a lot of troops that just came back from fatigue, which is great. But we have another scout. We have 1 interceptor damage, 3 that are still fresh and ready to go. So looks like Flight Officer Swordsman is going to get the nod here. Aggressive stance. Honestly, with the friendly skies second wave option, the air game is not nearly as brutal as it would be otherwise. But as I've said repeatedly, it's not the part of the game I really enjoy. So let's just get through this and watch our interceptor do terrible, terrible things to the UFO. Didn't take much damage either, so he should be back in the rotation after about a week. But that's going to be another small UFO for us to go after. And I think that this is probably a good time to break it, and I'll go right into the mission when we come back for the next episode. So thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.